When I first decided to buy real estate, one of the first thoughts that popped in my head was how much money do I need to save up in order to actually buy some real estate? When I looked at the prices of property online, it just seemed like a lot of money. So what number do I need to hit, or what number do I need to save up in order to actually pull it off? I know for a fact that if you're looking to buy real estate too, this same question is popped into your head. So today we're going to break down exactly how much money you need to save up in order to buy real estate. Spoiler alert, it's not just your down payment. What's going on, guys? My name is Rob Bailey, realtor here in the Chicagoland area, helping you find financial freedom through real estate. I've worked with quite a few clients over the years and helped a lot of people buy property, especially for the first time. So I have a little bit of insight to what goes through a person's mind when they first start thinking about buying some real estate. I remember I once worked with a client who said that they saved up $15,000 and they were looking to buy a home within the $300,000 range. So we shopped around for them until we finally found a property they liked, and it was right around $300,000. When it came time to negotiate the offer with the sellers, my client was insistent that we have the seller pay all of the closing costs. The seller then countered by saying they had a lot of interest in this property and they actually had other offers, so quite frankly, they didn't feel like they should have to pay the buyer's closing costs. So in order to make this deal work, we reached back out to the lender to see if there was anything we can do, and that's when I got the bad news. They didn't have enough money saved up. At that point, we simply had to let this deal go, and the seller accepted someone else's offer. If you're looking to buy a home, this is a situation that you do not want to be in. So stay tuned and I'll show you exactly how you should estimate how much money you need to save up in order to buy real estate. And also, please don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button to be notified when I come out with more real estate content in the future. All right, let's get into it. The first part that you need to save up for, which you're probably already aware of, is the down payment. As far as down payment goes, FHA loans, which is the first-time home buyer loan, require that you put down at least 3.5% of the purchase price. There are also some conventional loans out there that require anywhere between 3 to 5% of the purchase price as a down payment, and there are some conventional loans that go as high as 20%. A down payment is money that buyers put up themselves toward the purchase of a home. Lenders require that buyers put forward a down payment because it reduces the risk of the buyer skipping out of the loan. I mean, think about it. If you have to put tens of thousands of dollars into buying this property, it's less likely that you'll just let this property go or let it go into foreclosure. Speaking of down payment, another important aspect of the down payment is earnest money. Earnest money is money that you set aside in an escrow account when you come to an agreement with the seller. This earnest money actually goes toward paying your down payment once you get to closing, so don't think of earnest money as actually paying extra money. You're really only paying a small portion of your down payment up front just to once again show the seller that you're serious. The second thing you need to save up for when purchasing the home is for a home inspector. Whenever you buy a home, you should definitely hire a professional home inspector to look over every inch of the home to see if there are any problems with it. This is often something that's not talked about, but buyers need to pay for that home inspection. You should reach out to different home inspectors in your area to see what they're charged, but usually I see it can be anywhere from $300 to $500, and it also depends on the type of real estate that they're inspecting. The third thing you need to save up for, which is the part that nobody talks about but is equally as important, are the closing costs. Closing costs can include a number of things, such as the application fee, the loan origination fees, fees associated with the property taxes and holding some of the property taxes in escrow. They can include attorney fees, stuff like that. Closing costs can average around another 3% of the purchase price. So as you can see, it's a pretty big chunk of money that you need to save up in order to buy real estate along with the down payment. The closing cost is the part that the clients that I mentioned earlier did not take into account. And to make matters worse, when they reached out to the lender about getting pre-approved for the loan, the lender actually pre-approved them but gave them the condition that the seller needed to pay all the closing costs. Now that should work out in theory, but in reality, a lot of sellers are getting multiple offers on their properties. So if a seller's in a multiple offer situation or they're getting a lot of interest, they're just going to go with the offer where they don't need to pay any of the closing costs instead of considering your offer. So asking for closing costs makes your offer weaker, and it makes it harder for you to be able to purchase a home. To make things simple for you, here's an easy formula that you can use to estimate how much money you need to save up in order to buy a specific property. Since the down payment is normally 3.5% of the purchase price, and closing costs normally average around 3% of the purchase price, all you need to do is take the purchase price of whatever real estate you're interested in and multiply that by 6.5%. That'll give you a pretty good estimate of the amount of money you need to save up in order to purchase that property. And hey, it's simple as that. So now it's time to start scrolling through Zillow or Realtor.com or whatever app you use, and time to buy some real estate.